100 years ago, Argentina stood as one of the richest nations on earth, a powerhouse so economically robust and advanced that it was poised to rival the United States. Yet, somewhere along the way, the dream unraveled. A long, debilitating economic decline set in, leading to a saga marked by 9 bankruptcies, rampant hyperinflation, and relentless crises. Today, Argentina teeters once more on the brink of collapse. How does a nation transform from an economic giant into a cautionary tale? What binds it in an unending cycle of turmoil, and how might it reclaim its former glory? This is the story of Argentina's fall. Though largely forgotten today, Argentina was once an economic juggernaut at the zenith of its prosperity. By the late 1920s, it boasted one of the fastest-growing economies globally, experiencing 5 decades of remarkable expansion. Its per capita GDP rivaled that of France and Canada. The nation became a prime destination for both investment and immigration, widely regarded as the next economic superpower, poised to challenge U.S. dominance on the continent. The bedrock of Argentina's success lay in its agriculture. With one of the world's most fertile regions, the Pampas, Argentina emerged as a global granary during a time when demand for raw materials surged, fetching high prices. Eager to capitalize on this, the nation welcomed an influx of people, embracing a pro-immigration stance that opened its borders to all, even offering to finance the journey of newcomers. This open-door policy, combined with business-friendly practices and higher wages than many European nations, fueled a significant wave of immigration. Millions flocked to Argentina from Italy, Spain, Portugal, and beyond, seeking new opportunities. Between 1870 and 1940, Argentina's population quadrupled, invigorating its economy with workers, farmers, and entrepreneurs. Buenos Aires earned the title of the Paris of South America, becoming the cultural heart of the continent, embodying a vision of the United States, a land of growth and opportunity where fortunes could be made. At the dawn of the 20th century, Argentina was the epicenter of optimism. Investors flocked to a nation brimming with potential, boasting a strategic location and vast resources, including natural gas, gold, and oil. The Argentine dream flourished, and the future shimmered with promise. But that brilliance was illusory. Instead of becoming the anticipated economic titan, Argentina found itself ensnared in a cycle of decline. So, what went wrong? The answer lies in the choices of Argentina's leaders, whose poor decisions precipitated the nation's fall from grace. From the outset, the foundation of its success was shaky. Like the United States, Argentina had vast territories ripe for agriculture, seized from indigenous peoples and granted to settlers meant to cultivate the land. However, unlike the U.S., where land was distributed among many independent farmers, Argentina's government sold large tracts to a small group of affluent landowners. This concentration of wealth stifled competition, discouraging innovation, and preventing the diversification of the economy. When the Great Depression struck in the 1930s, Argentina's reliance on agriculture became a fatal flaw. As global demand plummeted, the country found itself ill-equipped to adapt. While the world embraced industrialization, Argentina clung to its agrarian roots, rapidly falling behind. The situation worsened in the 1940s with the rise of Juan Domingo Perón following a military coup. Perón's radical vision for economic reform included imposing tariffs, restricting exports, and driving away foreign investment, all actions that ran counter to the post-war boom of globalization. Although Perón was ousted in the 1950s, his ideologies lingered, manifesting in lavish social assistance programs and subsidies for the poor and middle class. While these policies provided immediate relief, they further entrenched economic challenges, steering Argentina deeper into crisis. The once promising nation found itself ensnared in a legacy of mismanagement and missed opportunities, leaving its future uncertain. Under Perón's government, The working class in Argentina enjoyed the highest wages in all of Latin America. However, the faltering economy could never generate enough revenue to cover social expenses. To finance these costs, Argentina resorted to borrowing increasingly large sums of money while simultaneously printing more currency. This dual approach led to soaring inflation, devaluing the currency, and escalating the national debt. As the economy began to crumble, Argentina fell into an unending cycle of political instability, marked by frequent changes in regimes, governments, presidents, and economic ministers, none of whom proved competent in managing the nation's finances. By the early 1980s, the economic situation had become increasingly untenable. In an effort to divert public attention from the crisis, the ruling military dictatorship launched a disastrous invasion of the Falkland Islands in 1982. The failed operation resulted in the regime's overthrow, economic bankruptcy, and a lost decade characterized by stagnation. Despite numerous opportunities over the decades to change course, Argentina has consistently failed to learn from its mistakes, repeatedly making the same poor choices. As the saying goes, Argentina never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. In 1989, the culmination of Argentina's economic troubles manifested in a devastating wave of hyperinflation that obliterated the savings of most citizens, leading to riots as people struggled to afford basic necessities, resorting to looting supermarkets. To combat inflation, a new president implemented a strategy to stabilize the currency against the US dollar, which initially proved effective. However, while this approach stabilized the currency, it also meant Argentina could no longer print money to fund its expenditures, historically one of the main methods used by Argentine governments to manage their budgets. Consequently, for this new strategy to succeed, the country now had to earn money rather than simply creating it. Argentina needed to stop acting like Argentina. Yet once again, it simply could not help itself, continuing down a path of spending that the economy could not sustain, financed by loans from foreign investors and the IMF. When the global economy slowed and funds dwindled, Argentina crashed against the wall. After losing access to additional financing from the IMF, it faced the largest government default in history, sparking a new wave of unrest fueled by public outrage over the government's complete mismanagement and incompetence. Since then, Argentina has endured 20 years of economic fluctuations. Ultimately, the economy is once again plagued by the same issues. The government continues to spend more than it can afford, resorting to printing money to finance its expenditures, further devaluing the currency and driving inflation ever higher. Today, inflation exceeds 100% after 5 years of growth, and the economy stands on the brink of collapse once more. Argentina remains caught in a cycle of poor decision-making, consistently making the same errors that lead to familiar outcomes, trapping the nation in an unending crisis. If you enjoyed this video, please share your rating and favorite part in the comments. Before moving on to the next video, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss out.